Hi everyone, so today is Valentine's Day. I'm not sure if that's when you're going to get to see the video, but I decided as a treat that I would make some chocolate chip cookies and some peanut butter cookies. I'm just going to videotape the chocolate chip cookies to get started because then I have to wash everything so there's no cross-contamination. We don't have any allergies in our house, so it wouldn't really matter, but that would be their chocolate peanut butter cookie, so that would be a little bit different. Although I was thinking of possibly taking the peanut butter cookie and doing a surprise chocolate in the center, so it's kind of like a Reese's peanut butter cup. So we'll see. If anything, I'll post pictures of that. So to start the recipe, I already put the flour into my That's a bowl. So for 2.5 cups of flour, then it asks for 1 teaspoon of baking soda. And they basically want you to do it in 2 different bowls, but I love the Power Chef because I like to try mixing everything in that, only because I find stirring sometimes you don't get a really good mix, and this works really well. So I've never done this recipe before in here. We'll give it a shot and see what happens. So it's looking for 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar. Oh, I just forgot something, a rule that I always tell myself. I'm following the recipe in the order that it was written on a little sheet of paper like this. But it's always best to put your liquids in first. So the 2 liquids that actually will be going in here are the eggs, which I just dripped all over the side, making a nice mess. But you know what's fun about baking? You shouldn't worry about making a mess. That's one thing I remember doing with my kids. I never worried how messy the kitchen got. It's almost more fun that way. And it's asking for 1 cup of butter, which I pre-melted before I started the video. Now I'll go to the dry ingredients. So let's see, 3/4 of a cup of brown sugar, 3/4 of a cup of white sugar. I'm not going to say that this is a healthy recipe, but you know what? It's a yummy recipe. I usually double it, but as I'm making, I just made a big mess. I don't know if that got caught on video. I hope not. There's sugar everywhere. The dogs are really going to like it when they get back. Okay, so 3/4 of a cup of white sugar, a teaspoon of vanilla. I'm having legit a very good time laughing at myself right now. But if you can't laugh at yourself, then, oh dear. Okay, so that's it for the liquid ingredients, or the items that are supposed to actually go in the other bowl separately. So we'll give it a few pulls to get that mixed up. And then we're going to add the flour in there, see if I can make less of a mess. And you know what? I'm going to grab, I don't have a big spoon here, I'll just grab a little spoon to kind of direct it a little bit better. I get too excited and then I make a big mess like I did. And while the dogs will enjoy sugar, I'm not sure they're going to enjoy eating flour. One of them might. She's not. She eats pretty much anything. So this is a pretty full recipe. Again, I'm not sure how it's going to mix in here, but we'll give it a shot. Worst case scenario, I can pour it back in the bowl and mix it a bit. Take a little bit. It's not, some of the stuff is staying on the top. So I'm just grabbing my spatula. But I can actually feel it thickening up to more of a dough texture or cookie dough texture. So that's good. And what I really like is that experimenting, I guess that's how recipes were made originally, right? You just try different things. You find what works, what doesn't work, what you would do differently next time. All right, so I have a feeling that this recipe I would probably, I think mixing the first set of ingredients that would go in one bowl was fine. But when I added the flour, I think it's just too thick and it's not mixing to the level that I would want it mixed. Cookie dough is fairly, or maybe I'm just not patient enough to let it, to mix. So that's okay though. We'll just take it out. I'm still fairly new to using some of the Tupperware products, so there might be a trick that somebody who's been working with Tupperware a little bit longer might be able to give me on that. For example, the first time I did mix things in here, I didn't realize that the liquids should go in first, and it made it quite, again, stiff for mixing. I think if this would have been half the recipe, it probably would have worked better. Oh, I love the smell of brown sugar when it starts mixing in something. Oh my goodness, it's good. So last night, my son and I had made chicken parm from scratch in the MicroPro grill in under 15 minutes, which was very exciting. And he was happy because the last time he made it from scratch in the oven. And like prep time and everything, it took at least an hour, if I'm not mistaken. And he said he's not going to go back to doing it that way anymore. Finally, we add a cup of chocolate chips. Are there ever too many chocolate chips? I don't think so. I like to mix it a little bit and then add them in again. Now the good thing about doing this when nobody's here is that no one's going to eat all the raw cookie dough. So when you watch this video, I'd love if in the comments you put down what's your favorite cookie recipe that you like to make in your house, if it's one that your whole family likes or one that you like. For baking them, I'm going to we have these really neat silicone sheets. I like them. They have pre-sized measurements so you know how many you're making, but also nothing sticks to them. So we've used it, again, for cooking meats, sweet potato fries, nachos, and it's just nice because cleanup is, everything just kind of slides off, which is great. So I'm going to put one of these aside because I'm going to use that for the peanut butter. Basically, these cookies are going to go in the oven for 9 minutes at 350, and I will take a picture or a video at the end of this and let you see what they look like. I wish I could get you to smell them because they're probably going to smell great. Okay, so we're back. The cookies are out of the oven. They turned out much bigger than I was expecting. I was trying to make like bite-sized cookies because we go through them so fast and we eat a lot of them. The other thing I realized is that this recipe does not make the standard amount of cookies. I still have cookie dough left here, so I'm actually going to have to make, I thought maybe it made just 24 cookies, but it looks like I might have 40 cookies. So I think if I would have had a traditional 24 batch of cookie recipe, that I wouldn't have had problems mixing it in the Power Chef. I think I just had a bigger recipe than usual. I actually went back and checked the recipe because I thought, did I put too much of something in? And no, sure enough, I did follow the recipe correctly. So these are the chocolate chip ones. I might make a video for the peanut butter ones, or I might just post a picture of them as well. So really yummy. If you want any information on the recipe or any of the items that we used to bake it, just let me know. Happy Valentine's Day and have a great day.